All right, well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to e-rev TV. I am Pat the Twiz Harrison, and casting alongside of me today is going to be none other than Hotshot GG, as we are covering this first round matchup. As I didn't even look and see who he was playing. We have DAO taking on. Did you have a chance to look at the bracket there?
I'll check it up right now.
All right, and give me just a second. I'm going to change my event push to talk because I'm not used to casting off a stream, and of course it's going to minimize me. Just got to figure out what to do here. But we have DAO.
Find DAO right here. DAO versus... Oh, wait. They haven't had their matchup yet. It doesn't say. We'll have to look at the players individually. The brackets haven't updated.
Okay, so I think I've got this fixed now. All right, hello.
Look for doggy style. Oh, so they're tea time. Tea time.
Okay, so tea time is who they're playing. Give me just a second to turn this off. I had to turn this off of push to talk real quick because I had forgot about that. That's going to minimize me every time I use push to talk. Alright, I think this is going to work better now. Alright, now that I had that like this, let's get this stuff playing here. So the players on the roster here, we have Ginormous Noob, Neverlike, how's this, X Special, Molson's Rock, and that is for Team DAO. And then for Tea Time, we have Altidorian, a Portner, Doggy Style, Velo Jason, and ICZ are going to be the players here.
So now, obviously, the team favored to win this is... It's
going to be, DAO is going to be the team favorite here.
DAO, sorry.
Yeah, you can take a look.
DAO is definitely the team favored. So, Neverlike is a very strong carry player, so we'll most likely be seeing Neverlike on carry. Ginormous Noob, typically, I think he plays jungle a lot. He likes jungle. Ralk, I know for a fact, he's a support player. He's a really good support player. He plays Alistar, Janna, Taric. He loves heroes like that. Molson's, I haven't seen much play from Molson's. I'm assuming he's either going to take jungle or another side lane. And the next special really likes his Kennen and his AP carry. He's been practicing that a lot. Also the strongest player on their team, so we'll see some good play from X Special.
Okay, and like I said, we don't know too much about the other team, which is Tea Time here. But we didn't have a lot of time to really get the word out for this match because we had waited for first round buys to happen. So if you're watching it and you want to tell your friend, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we can be found on IRC if you guys have any shout-outs, comments, suggestions, stuff like that, in pound CL Gaming and pound e-rev. Hotshot and I are in, well, I know I'm in both of those. I think Hotshot's just in CL Gaming, so...
Turn up your sensitivity a bit there, Twiz, so I can hear you better.
All right, not a problem. Sensitivity or volume?
Get a bit on vent.
Oh, sensitivity. 20. All right, is this better? I think it's better.
Much better. I can hear you all the time, I think.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm not used to using it without push to talk, so a little different for me.
Sound good to me. Of course, this game seems like a one-sided, a really one-sided game, but hopefully, Team Tea Time can pick up a win here and really be an underdog team.
Yeah, I mean, upsets are great, man.
Upsets are great, but I just don't see it happening. I love to see it just for the kicks and to really see a new team push forward, but the opposing team is extremely strong, and I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Well, and I'm looking at these guys, and it seems like Team Tea Time doesn't have just a whole lot of experience in the game as well. I mean, you see these guys having, I think one person on their team has, X Special has more ranked wins than their entire team has almost games played, normal and ranked.
Yeah, so I don't know how this will go for the opposing team, Team Tea Time, but
it could go great.
Hopefully they won't get crushed too hard.
Hopefully not. I mean, if it's something that's enjoyable to cast, that's great. Otherwise, at least it's going to be something that these guys can learn from. That's the key thing. I'm real big on community stuff. If you've watched my League of Legends Uplays, I even do a lot of lower tier stuff and do a lot of commentary on it in hopes that some of these teams that are really wanting to get into the scene goes back, looks at it and be like, oh, well, you know what? He makes sense when he's talking about this. Next game, I'm not going to do this stupid thing, and then maybe we can win. And then they get better.
Yeah.
Because I come from the Left 4 Dead community, which was my big thing, and it was just the whole community was basically the great teams never gave out any secrets, never gave out any help. And like 6 months from there was just like 5 teams in Left 4 Dead, and that's all there was. All of the teams that wanted to play just kind of felt they couldn't go anywhere and didn't have the help and just dropped off the face of the planet.
Well, that's also something that you would like to do as a top team. You wouldn't like really want to help your opposition, so it's kind of a balance between learning from the losses and just really analyzing why you lost. And I think a lot of players fail to do that, and they just give up too easy. I think if you really take the time to analyze and practice, you can overcome these top teams.
Yep. I mean, and that's what it all comes down to is really showing some humility, realize that you don't know everything about the game, and just take some advice and learn from it. Every game should be a learning experience. I mean, even when you win, you should still learn stuff and then react from that, and that's how you'll improve.
I agree.
I think we got picks down
I'm going to ask you again to turn up or turn down your sensitivity, because you're cutting off a little bit.
Okay, I turned it down to 10 now. We're at like 10 sensitivity. So I think it's when I move away from the mic whenever I'm talking that does it. So I'll just make sure that I don't do that anymore.
Move away from the mic to breathe.
Yes, to breathe. Yeah, I've been casting for a while, so I've got it to the point where Jeremy Frag Evertson's one of my vocal coaches here at e-rev TV, and he's got me set up where you breathe from like the back of your throat, so I can go on long and long and long spiels and basically just talk and continue talking without people actually hearing me breathe between stuff. So it's pretty nice.
Awesome. You teach me.
Yes, it's all about
We're down at PAX East.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, and let's get a shout out to that. Like, if anybody's going to PAX East, I'm going to be there. Hotshot's going to be there. He's actually going to be kind of hanging out with the e-rev crew throughout that event. So if you guys see us, you won't miss us. I'm wearing like a suit. I know Pele, our owner, is wearing a suit, and Jason, our lead video person, is going to be wearing a suit. So we're going to be down there all dressed to impress, meeting with a lot of devs and some big shots down there. So if you see us, hit us up. We'd love to do interviews with just regular community members, stuff like that. Otherwise, you can add me on. Well, you can find me in IRC, usually in the CL Gaming channel or the e-rev channel, and hit me up. Say, dude, we're going to PAX. Let's hang out. Something like that. It's always cool.
Okay, so we're entering Champion Select right now. So we see Ralph picks up Tarek, X-Special Annie. So he's playing his AP carry. Never like playing the AD carry as assumed, and Ginormous Noob picking up the jungle. Everything standard from these players.
Yeah, it's pretty solid picks from them too. And I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what the other guys. I know they were typing it down there, but it's just the quality on this wasn't that great, so I wasn't able to really read what they were typing out for champions there.
Yeah, so right now their team composition is very, very good, honestly. Gragas Tarek is an extremely strong side lane. It's one of the strongest that I know. And Annie is always good. She's great burst caster. She catches a lot of people off guard with that flash tippers. And Corky is all around really dominant solo. And he'll be up top, and I think he'll do fine. And we're gonna see the enemy team picks here. We haven't actually seen them yet, so hopefully they're a lot of CC based, which would make that Olaf extremely, extremely powerful.
Yeah, and we actually have like 7 seconds left, and then we're 6 seconds. Then we're going to be able to watch and see exactly what this team is, and you can go through and tell us about what we're going to see out of these guys. And just remember, they are a mid-tier team compared to like the higher tier team that we're looking at from DAO. So they may have some different picks that aren't to be expected, which may make for an enjoyable cast. And again, a pretty good learning experience for these guys. I'm not a big fan of casting just complete stomps, but at the beginning of a tournament or event like this, that's kind of what you see.
Yeah, it's pretty much always what you see. So we're getting in here.
Yep, and again, while we're at this black screen here waiting for stuff to load up, if you're just now joining us, I am Pat Twiz Harrison from e-rev TV, and casting with me, of course, is none other than Hotshot GG, and we're bringing you a match. It's DAO versus Team Tea Time, as I'm mispronouncing both of the team names there, and this is a second round match of the ESL Go for LOL Cup. So we're just waiting for these guys to come back up here.
Hopefully this black screen clears and we get a nice picture.
Yep, and the stream that we're watching, this is not actually us doing this. Unfortunately, I believe that the tournament server that ESL was going to use, which I believe I was going to cast on, is actually in Germany right now. So we're actually going to do this right off of the DAO stream, which is on the ESL TV owned right now. So if you want to check it out without commentary, you can do that as well. But if you want to sit here and listen to two sexy voices, feel free to do that and look at this black screen with us.
I would definitely check out the two sexy voices in this black screen. Nothing beats the two sexy voices.
And you know what? Look at all this that we've got in front of us. This could be anything, Hotshot. This black screen we could just turn into our drawing board of whatever we wanted to talk about, and people would still stay tuned and watch this cast.
Exactly.
But I'm going to minimize here, and I'm actually going to bring up the brackets while we're waiting for this. So if you just want to keep watching the stream, let me know when that comes up, and I'll kind of talk to everybody about what's happened in the brackets. So Team Solo Mid is actually going to be playing Not. And well, actually, let me refresh this so I can make sure I'm giving you up-to-date bracket stuff. Rots beat AFND. BB&B beat LOL Galaxy. PI Team beat BSA. And you can kind of go through. There are so many matches that are up here. But I'm kind of scrolling through the brackets here so you can have the opportunity to take a look at exactly what's going on, as we're still waiting there. And I don't know if Solo Mid stuff has come up. They have a screen up, but I don't think they're at picks or anything yet.
Both streams appear to be black for the moment.
And the reason we're not watching the Solo Mid stream is because it was not up, and we didn't know if it was going to be coming up, because they were basically at audio and just a black screen, and their match had been posted for like 10 minutes. So, and it looks like we may actually switch over, man, if the screen doesn't go away, which I think we should probably do, because I think they are at their stuff. So let's go ahead and...
I've already started the game.
Yeah, I see them. Am I at the right one here? The Solo Mid Tournaments one, right?
Yeah, let's try that one.
All right. So, with no further delay of this, we're actually going to be switching over to this match, which is the Team Solo Mid match. This is the nice thing about actually doing streams, is because we have access to do this. And the stream's a little bit better quality, so we may choose to follow these guys a little bit more. And the team that they are playing was Naht, N-A-H-T. Which I think it was not joke. I think is what their website was. And again, I fear that while looking at this, we may see another stomp, because I'm looking at their highest elo on their team right now at 14-15 with two players that are unranked right now. And again, it's not always based off of elo, we know that, but it's looking at the amount of games played as well. I mean, Solo Mid just with way more games under their belt here.
Yeah, this game seems even more out of place than the last one. I think this will just be a complete domination, and I think there's no possibility of the opposing team to win. But, again, it's a learning experience, and I'm sure they'll learn much from it in terms of picks and what they should do better next time.
And if not, they can say, oh my god, our match was shoutcasted by Twiz and Hotshot GG. I feel so special now I don't want to quit playing League of Legends after what just happened.
Exactly.
It's crazy how little things like that that change it. A team's perspective. They do get that moment in the sun there, and it's nice to see that. And again, like I said before, it's early rounds in a tournament. You're going to run into stuff like this until the leagues start to get set up, and then you get that Premier League where you can just go and watch great games all the time.
Exactly.
And we're actually watching him type here, which is pretty nice.
Odd one, do you want Olaf after the jungle? They took Carrick and Ash, so it would be a nice pick.
Anything you wanted to talk about here while we're live watching some people typing?
So, right now, I actually saw a little glimpse of what the team comp of solo mid looks like. So I saw Janna in there, and I saw a Shen it looked like. So right there I see a little bit of a pick flaw. Janna Shen on Team Solo mid side is just extremely strong, and you should never let a team have Janna Shen. I think that was correct. I think I'm correct. This tournament stream is delayed about, I think, 8 minutes, so they're pretty far back. But hopefully we'll see the picks coming up here soon. We'll see the Janna. Oh, we see Janna Alistar from Team Solo mid.
Okay. Yes, we do.
And then Tarek Ash from the opposing team.
Team Not.
Shen is banned. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Team Not. So I was incorrect. We see a Janna Alistar from Team Solo mid. I don't know why Team Not picked 2 heroes off the bat. Typically when you first pick, you only pick 1 hero. I don't know what's happening there.
And I think at this point, Solo Mid's just like, well, let's just let them go with it, and let's just get this match out of the way.
I think so.
Let's not hold up stuff anymore. We have viewers wanting to watch, and that's what we need to. That's what we need to do. And I know they've got other picks going on, but we're watching a lot of just scrolling through here and checking out Ventrilo. So if you hadn't had a chance to look at Solo Mid's Ventrilo, you can look at how many channels they have, and they are very beautiful. I just felt like I should talk about something there, so we didn't have anything not to talk about.
I may be biased, but I'm pretty sure Team CLG's Ven is just more beautiful.
We'll have to do a comparison
true beauty
sometime. But this is something that nobody's done really in League of Legends yet, and I've done it in other stuff before. We're going to be doing shout-outs on the air for you. So let's just say, for example, you're hanging out in the Pound e-rev in channel or in the Pound CL Gaming channel, and we're at dead times like this, and we ask for shout-outs. You can go on there, and you can click my name, and you can send me a message, and I will read your lovely shout-out on the air as long as it is appropriate. So there's a little thin line in between stuff, and if I don't read it, I'm sorry. Otherwise, we'll try to get to them. So it's actually pretty cool, and it brings a lot of the community involved into the cast, too, which is always nice. But we're at the picks here, man, so you can actually see what's going on.
We're in Champ Select right now, and we see typical picks from these players. Usually, the only thing that isn't typical is Reginald playing Alistar. Reginald plays, tanks in tournaments, and he doesn't have that much experience in ranked games, but as far as tournament goes, he's played Alistar quite a bit. If you look, everyone else is playing what they would in solo queues. So Locodoco is on his Corki, Odd One's on his Olaf, Chow-X is on his Aurelia, and Corn Salad is on the support. So all of these players are playing what they're normally playing in solo queue. They're very comfortable with these heroes. And the only player that isn't really phenomenal with those heroes is probably Reginald on Alistar. But he is definitely a good player, and he'll show us a good Alistar.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good to see. Alistar's being used like a ton anymore that I've noticed in a lot of the rank stuff. He's just being such a viable champion.
Yeah, a good Alistar with some good pulverized toss combos is extremely powerful. And not only that, people forget his ultimate removes CC. So if you time your ultimate, you could be a counter to like a lot of heroes. Like you could get Galio ulted, pop your ultimate, and then knock him out. And there's just so much utility that Alistar brings to the table.
All right, so we are now. Sorry, I had somebody looking to say that it was lagging, but I didn't see my stuff lagging here. Maybe they're talking about somebody else. Too much stuff in IRC, but it looks like we should be getting ready to come up here.
Okay, here we go. So the enemy team is actually quite. Their team comp is quite good. The only thing I don't like in their team comp is that Annie. Now the Annie is going to lane versus the Corki or the Irelia, and both those heroes do a phenomenal job against Corki. So I'd be very surprised if the Annie did well in her lane. I don't think she'll do well at all, and I think it'll be a big problem for her. The Sion Tart combo is really, really strong, and it's a very strong combo. So I think they'll do great bottom, and I think this Ashe will do just fine.
Okay.
We'll see how everything turns out.
And this is terrible. I keep wanting to like move the stuff because I'm so used to commenting and doing commentary off of the replays now that when it's something live on a stream, I'm just like, oh, I can't move the screen. What am I gonna do? I hate it so much.
Uh-oh. So the Ashe ended up going for a Doran's Blade first. And when you go Doran's Blade first on Ashe, you lose a lot of lane staying power. You lose a lot of survivability. So I think she'll actually have problems laning also versus this team. So you can see Team Solo mid going up here. They're going to try to catch someone off guard. And nice pulverize by Alistar.
Yep, and down goes, and there we see the first blood there by Chaox as he's able to take down Tarek. Now they're beginning to follow up on Annie, and she is getting some trouble. Aurelia barely at health, and actually, sorry, we're seeing Warwick go down. It was Aurelia chasing her, not going to tower dive Ashe as she's trying to get away as well, and they're picking up actually 2 kills off of that initial attack. There's nobody from Team Solo mid goes down.
Yeah, and that was expected. They were really out of position. The Ashe was out in front, and Alistar led properly, and this is just an inexperienced team playing versus a very experienced team, so it was to be expected. Now I'm pretty sure Alistar is going to choose to go top and try to harass the solos. You can see him cursoring over top, and he's going to make Annie or Ashe have a really bad day.
Yep, so now they're heading back to their lanes, which is pretty much the laning that you had figured we would see here. Well, actually, kind of coming over to defend and make sure that they're defending Olaf here at the blue buff.
But you can also see...
Yep. So I got people like trying to say that the stream's laggy, and I'm trying to figure out why that the stream would be laggy. It's got me uploading at like 1.2 kbps, which should not be lagging. As they do catch Sion up at the top lane here, and he's going to be forced. He's just going to go back to the tower. Are you still with me, Hotshot?
I'm still with you.
All right.
I'm watching the stream on Solomid. It works perfectly. Hopefully there's no lagging problems. I'm not having any problems right now.
No, I'm going to shoot a Skype out here and have one of my staff members take a look at it. We do see Alistar catching Warwick in the jungle here, as he's going to be the roamer for this, and he's just pushing him back and out of the jungle here to make sure that he's not going to get the farm. And Annie goes middle against Corki, and you said she's just going to have a pretty difficult time there.
Yeah, every lane is going to have a lot of problems. You see Sion picking up an Amp Tome first, and that's not a typical item for Sion, just because it's not that potent in lane. It doesn't give you any lane staying power. And that was a misplay by Alistar right there. That was a very poor flash into a stun. He ended up taking a lot of tower damage and pretty much forcing almost nothing on the Sion.
I'm still looking into this lag thing, and from what I'm getting is that, yeah, we are not lagging here. And then if you are seeing the flashing going on there, that flashing is coming from the solo midstream, and it's not coming from me. I noticed somebody commenting about that in the IRC channel.
Yes, Team Solo Mid forgot to turn on their window mode here, and that's a problem that broadcasting software has. So hopefully they fix it next game if someone lets them know, and that'd be great. So you see Chowx, he got his boots first from that first blood, so he's going to be very potent in lane. He's going to be extremely strong versus Sion. Bottom lane doing a good job of just CSing and keeping the lane pushed. I think we're going to get a kill down here. Olaf's coming around the bottom.
Yeah,
Tarek doesn't seem to be aware of Olaf.
Nope, I don't believe that they're, at this point in the game, you know, even with the first blood there, I don't think they've been back to grab any kind of warding or anything, so Olaf's just kind of posting up there for just a minute, waiting for the most opportune time for him to sneak in there and bring Tarek down to his ultimate doom.
There's a little bit of a misplay right here by Reginald. He used his flash earlier, so now he's not able to able to use his flash ghost to catch Tarek. Tarek's just sitting back there. If he had used his, if he had saved his flash from up top, he would have been able to probably.
And now this could be me lagging here. I'm hoping that it is not.
Catch Tarek with a flash stun combo. Just those little mistakes coming to bite him back a bit.
Yeah, and I think I'm actually lagging a little bit there as the stream's now back up. Yeah, I think I've been jinxed by this. I have had really good internet for a while now, and I pay a lot more for the internet to be able to upload all this stuff correctly and get the right speeds. But we're seeing Annie go down in middle as we had Reginald come and gank that. But I think for a little bit there I was lagging for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think you cut off a little bit there on Ventrilo. Hopefully that fixes.
Yeah, if not, I get a call to my cable company. I get to yell at them because I actually have like the business grade internet here, which I pay like almost double for just so I don't have any downtimes. And if it goes down, it comes back up quicker.
Yeah,
all that
that's
stuff.
very unfortunate, and I've had that problem too. And it's really, really frustrating as a caster, even just as a player.
Yeah, I think it's almost more frustrating as a player than a caster because now, you're disappointing your actual team who's going into stuff compared to just disappointing viewers that can catch a replay later on. So Reginald basically covering the middle part here. We're seeing Olaf circling around through the jungle, and I don't think they're going to go back in on Annie. She's pretty tight there at the tower.
You can see Warwick here hasn't picked up red. Reginald's just warded it and continuously warded it, so they won't be able to pick that up. And you see Odd One coming in here to steal this red. I think he'll get it for sure. Warwick's going to come back to see no red, and I think they might even wait and gank him. We'll just have to see here.
Yep, actually they picked it up, and I don't. This is so terrible without being able to move stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not used to actually casting off of somebody else's stream. I just started really casting League of Legends once the replay stuff came out where I was actually able to move and do stuff. But we do see a gank.
Okay, so we see here
and he's just going to go straight down. As we see Alistar come in there with his headbutt and then pulverize, and Olaf and Aurelia along with him just completely dominating him. And the score right now 5-0 in favor of Solo Mid, who's just been floating around and grabbing these ganks up. And this looks like it might be one of those 20-minute games.
Yeah, it definitely is looking that way right now. You can see that the enemy team has almost no control, and Locodoco ends up picking up a kill on Annie. Oh, the tower ends up killing Locodoco, so 1 for 1. Their first kill of the game, but still, Locodoco was so confident that he could dive tower, and that's a really, really ballsy move, and you have to have confidence that you're going to win a game to do that.
Yeah, so Scion and Warwick coming back top, and looks like we're seeing the rest of Solo Mid up. No, they were going to teleport out, and now they're going to come right back in here. As we see Alistar using that flash pulverize to come right in onto Warwick, headbutting him back into the team, and down he drops, and the Odd One playing Olaf, picking up that kill there. So as they were getting ready to back, they decided they were just going to go right back in and snag another one.
Yeah, they definitely did a great job right there, and I think they might even go for this Annie kill if she overextends herself. Oh, nope. Annie did not overextend herself, and she's going to head back mid to defend.
So we're seeing Alistar grabbing his Sheen there, so that's going to definitely make his ganks a little bit better. A little bit more damage output going to come from him there. And it looks like he's just going to float right back towards middle again.
Oh, Tarek's in a very bad spot right now. Hopefully he doesn't get caught. Oh, he got queued. He's going to get caught right here. Oh, nice stun.
Oh, there we go. We see him changing it to windowed mode there. Sweet. So this is actually going to help make the...
Stop the blinking.
Yeah, we're going to have less blinking. So nobody's going to be having seizures today from our casts. We promise you that.
That's always a good thing.
Yes, we don't condone seizures there. We're seeing everybody begin to gather up around middle here. Annie's about half health, but she does have a stun buffed up. She's beginning to go back, and we're going to see Alistar come around from the side here as he's chasing her out, headbutting her, but she actually headbutts into the wall, almost dead from the pulverize, and Lokodoku going to come in and grab that kill there, and that's going to help him out with his farm in middle, and he's just getting a ton of gold right now, because I'm sure he's just been sitting there free farming against Annie, who's been forced back to the tower pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, when Annie gets this dominated at the start of the game, it's a very, very tough time to come back. It's really hard to come back, so I'm not sure she'll be able to, even get one kill this game. I think I'll be surprised if the enemy team gets one more kill.
Wow, Alistar going in after Annie here. Janna trying to follow up with it. Alistar taking a lot of tower damage. He does go down, and Janna being forced out of that fight, not going to chase it as Tarek comes there to help out Team Tea Time. And as you said, they weren't going to get one more kill. There's a sign from the gods as they grab it
exactly.
there. But I think that's 2 kills that they've gotten, and the majority of both those kills are due to tower dives.
Yeah.
And by majority, I mean
they
all
obviously,
of
them. Yeah, they obviously don't have any fear of losing right now, so they're going crazy. They're doing Rambo things, and you can see Annie right here rush Merc Treads first. Her damage output is going to be almost nothing. So
yeah, she is going to be super light here, and these guys are just. I mean, I think honestly at this point, Solo mid could almost just gather up and begin pushing, and there'd be very, very little that Tea Time's going to actually be able to do right now. They're so out leveled at this point. And they're so underfarmed at only 11 minutes into the game.
yeah, definitely. There's no way that Team Tea Time can really come back from this. We're just going to see Team Solo mid having a little fun with them.
Yeah, the only way that they would come back from this is if Solo mid literally fell back. Just sat at their lanes or backed off a little bit and let these guys basically turtle it up. But Reginald's not going to even let that happen in the jungle as he's floated through the jungle the majority of the game here and even prevented Alistar's farm. Or not, I don't mean Alistar, I'm sorry, Warwick's farm there. And we're going to see another dive on middle right now as we've got him going into Annie. Headbutt knocking her out, followed up by the pulverize. Corky there with the Gatling gun going to take her down. So Lokodoku just destroying middle, and Alistar, we're just seeing him run through there, and those towers are not even a problem for them as he's just ganking them at the towers over and over again, and he may catch Tarek here in the woods. And Tarek's just...
Oh, he slightly missed his Q there.
Yeah, I'd see that, and Tarek runs, and Ash actually using an arrow, that ultimate there to hit him and do something, just basically prolong her death as we're now seeing Alistar go in on her. We're seeing the headbutt followed up again by Pulverize, Olaf in there, and down goes Ash. 10-2 right now, the current score, and they're not going to give up here. They're going to be chasing down Tarek, and Tarek going to drop down as well, and Olaf barely going to get out of there as the tower is in, and then we're seeing Lokodoku going after Warwick, I believe, back there. We didn't really get to see it on the screen, but I think he was kind of poking at him a little bit. And Alistar leaping in. Again, we're seeing that Pulverize headbutt combo, and he's going to chase this guy down. And will he live? Annie getting the stun off, and Warwick barely getting out of there without any health, and able to escape from that. And I thought for sure that he was dead after that. Oh, did we see Lokodoku chasing here? As he's up and over the wall, and then he's going to actually Valkyrie back over after not being able to pick that kill up.
Reginald needs to put up one skill point in his E so that he has that on-time Sheen proc. If he had that little bit of Sheen damage, he would have landed the kill there. I was disappointed that he didn't get that, but hopefully he will skill E next.
Well, the good thing is if he ever walks back to and watches this cast, after what you just said, he's going to be learning from his mistakes.
Exactly.
Which he's a pretty good player, so I don't know if he's gonna learn too much on this. But these guys are just dominating this game here. So we're seeing Annie trying to chase down Aurelia, but Alistar coming up behind her, and he should be able to catch her here. Nope. Annie and Ash are now going to be chasing over here, and he's just going right into this. He doesn't care. It's 2v1, whatever. Warwick coming as well to try to see what he can do, and now we're seeing Aurelia come back out of the jungle trying to follow up on him, and these guys 3v2 fight, and they're actually backing out of there. That's how strong right now Team Solo Mid is.
Yeah, careless play by Reginald, but honestly, the enemy team can't capitalize it on this point. They're just very, very strong at this point.
So now we're seeing them catch Scion. Yeah, and looks like Lokodoku trying to ult into these woods here, trying to grab him. And now we're going to see a little bit of a team fight develop as Reginald being pushed out of that fight. He does go down, but Lokodoku getting stunned there, held back. Ash almost dead as they're trying to chase her down. And it looks like we have just a big disorganized mess here. And these guys are actually picking up another kill there. And the Gatling gun all from Corky. And we're watching the rest of this team just beginning to melt here. So they're trying to come in, and he's going to drop down. And now they're beginning to chase down Scion. Scion going down as well. But did you see how spread apart that fight was there?
Yeah, that was a very messy fight. Odd One actually ended up tower diving Ash and killing her with 2 heroes on it. And Reginald got caught off guard. I think he was the only one to die there on the team of solo mid.
Yeah, I don't even think he was at full health going into that fight. And now we're seeing them go up, and as they have they just dove Ash, and we just watched her instantly drop down into death. And both teams gathering up here at the red. We're seeing Warwick come in here and trying to go onto Aurelia. Alistar coming up from behind. We're seeing that great pulverize there. Again, perfect timing on that as we see Warwick instantly being focused down by Corky and Aurelia. Tarek trying to run away from this as he is back towards the tower. And it looks like Alistar trying to position himself to catch Scion, where he is able to grab him here. But Scion using that stun, trying to run away. Aurelia dashing at him, and he is trying to get out of here. And there we see that flash pulverize again, and down's going to go Scion. 19-4 right now. This is definitely over as we are 17 minutes into this game here.
Yes, it does look like it's going to be a 20-minute game, and hopefully it actually gets to there, because I don't think it'll actually... if Team Solo Mid pushes right now, they could end it straight up.
Yeah, just whether or not they want to, or they want to drag this out. And then we'll be at a brief delay before next match, I'm sure, because I don't know who they move on to play after this, which brackets are below them. So we'll have to check that out as this ends here. And these guys grabbing another dragon. And if you notice on the mini-map here that all of the outlying towers are down, and the middle second tower is down as well. These guys are just getting pushed to doom. I mean, I wish there was a lot better stuff to comment on here, but, I mean, this is just a stomp at this point. We're just going to get through this match and move on to the next one.
Hopefully their next opponents will be a challenge for them. I would like to see Solo Mid, fight another team that can have a chance of winning. I know they played a team, oh my god, Bears, and ended up losing in the ESL qualifier. So that was a huge upset, and the games like that had me at the edge of my seat. I was screaming, I was cheering, I was really rooting for oh my god, Bears. So.
Yeah, it would be nice if we seen another one of those teams just come out of the woodwork here and we see an unexpected upset. On to Team Solo Mid or some other favorites in this match. Obviously, DAO, they're rocking out the ESL TV stream right now, and then Rock Solid in here as well. So some pretty good teams that we're going to see later on in this. It's just going to be what do we have to go through to get to there, and what stuff are we going to see. So I always compare it to the beginning of American Idol. You always get those bad stuff in there that you don't want to see, but it's sometimes kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're left going, well, why did he do that? What's he doing that for? Why is the score really 19-4 right now? Is this really a tournament match? All right, well, at least our quality's pretty good. And yeah, of course, it's going to be behind a little bit because not only do they have a delay on it, but I think we have a couple-minute delay that we just have standard set onto our stuff, and I don't know what I have to tweak to change that. So I guess they're commentating on some of the audio going on. So I guess we'll go ahead and go to some of the stream audio for just a couple minutes here to see exactly what's so funny.
Alright, watch that, guys.
You got it.
All right, so let's get rid of that audio and let's go ahead and bring it back here to e-rev TV, and I guess we can do that throughout the stream at some key points. Go inside and listen to exactly how they're strategizing and doing some stuff, so people watching just this stream can get a good concept of that. And there we're seeing the surrender vote. So this is over here. 5 votes to 0, ends at 20 minutes 45 seconds, and they're going to be advancing on. Let's take a look at the brackets real quick and see who they're possibly going to be playing here. So Team Solo Mid going to win here, and they are going to be taking on the winners of ROTS or FML, who's playing right now. And I guess we can look and see if the DAO stream's up, if you wanted to pop over there and see if that's live.
Let's go up to the DAO stream and see what's happening. Is it up here right now?
You know what? I see something on the stream, but it says it's offline. So I believe their match is over as well. So it looks like both of those ones ending pretty closely to the same amount of time there. Otherwise, just stay tuned to the stream here. We'll actually be back up and going once this next match takes place. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, feel free to join us in the CL Gaming IRC channel. And then we'll have the stream back up here momentarily. And thanks again for those who was watching.